Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington continuing my Agent of Yesterday character leveling with video 30. We are on planet Bajor in the city of Havon. I had to end the 29th video before this one prematurely because the game went down for an unscheduled maintenance. And I didn't have time to complete the Of Bajor episode in the Cardassian story arc, but I am near the end of that episode, so I'll just jump straight in and get on with it. The next step in the episode was to speak to Messy Ackerby after completing several missions around here in Havon. So Subspace Spy Networks, we just completed this as well. And that's why we're talking to her. That's an interesting development. I'll keep in touch with Hadron. Maybe he can get more information for us. Yep, we just talked to a Ferengi on Deep Space Nine before maintenance. And he gave us information about the Jem'Hadar that had taken over the station.
I have new orders for you.
Now we've got another mission to accept. I managed to contact someone on the station. This video is continuing directly on from where 29 left off, as all my videos continue on from where I left off, because you're seeing every part of this character's development. Just thought that was important to say. The Dominion are looking for a founder, and they think the war is still going on. We need to clear up this confusion pronto. Maybe they will be willing to leave the station peacefully if we convince them that the war has been over for decades. I think we're ready to contact Deep Space Nine and try to talk to the leaders of the fleet. I want you to be our contact. Captain Curlin will link in and assist you during the negotiations. Okay. Use communication hardware in Bajor militia headquarters. Very well. The maintenance the unscheduled maintenance was pretty quick. Hour and a half, if that. Well, it was an hour and a half when I noticed it was over. Contact Deep Space Nine. Hail Deep Space Nine, but then let me do the talking. I know you could handle this alone, Admiral, but this is my station. It's my responsibility to try to get it back. Is that Cullen there? Okay, Cullen. Cutscene. Heading Deep Space Nine, putting it on screen now. Who is this?
What do you want?
Let's not be so hasty, Karukan. They obviously went to a great deal of trouble to contact us. I am Loris of the Dominion, temporary governor of Deep Space Nine. How can I help you?
Thank you for agreeing to talk, Loris. I am Captain James Kurland of the Federation Space Station Deep Space Nine. It is my hope that we can find a peaceful resolution to this conflict.
Of course, Captain. You want your station back. But this is a war, and your station is my prize.
I know this will be hard for you to accept, but there is no war. It's been over for decades. Your fleet was diverted when you attempted to pass through the wormhole. The Prophets... There is a great deal we have to explain, but please understand, we are not your enemies.
I am not a fool, Captain. We have reviewed the records in DS9's databanks. Why should I believe this fantasy of profits and time travel? Show me proof that what you say is true.
You'd think that Deep Space Nine would have proof as part of its records. Obviously not. Loris, I asked Admiral Colt of the USS Stitching Time H to join us today. Admiral, could you please step in here? Our esteemed porter would like some proof to back up our position. What, you mean you can't handle it after all? You need me. Show video records from the end of the Dominion War. Review the current state of wormhole theory. Discuss the details of the Treaty of Bajor. Well, obviously we're going to review the video. These are video records of what happened in the Dominion War after your fleet disappeared. I think reviewing them might be helpful. Show video records of the end of the Dominion War.
The Dominion War continued after a combined Starfleet and Klingon force retook DS9. When the Romulans entered the war on our side, things began to turn. The Dominion recruited the Breen to their cause, but the disease that was attacking the Founders put them on the defensive. They ultimately retreated out of most of the Alpha Quadrant, creating a defense perimeter in Cardassian space. Soon after, a Cardassian official named Damar led a rebellion on Cardassia Prime, breaking the standoff. The Dominion was forced to surrender.
Do not try to deceive me. That cannot be what happened. Why should I believe these recordings are real?
Admiral, how do you think we should assuage Loris's feelings of doubt? Prove the authenticity of the historical records. Corroborate with records from other species involved in the war. Show casualty figures from battles since the fleet's disappearance. It's obvious we're going to prove it. I can prove to you that these records are 100% accurate. Prove the authenticity of the historical records.
You make a persuasive argument, but I'm not completely convinced. Historical records can be interpreted in many ways. You may be using evidence that supports your premise, and ignoring anything that does not.
This seems to have left us at an impasse. Is there anything we can do to convince you to leave Deep Space Nine peacefully?
Enough! I will consider your arguments carefully, but you must understand that I am under orders as well. The Founders gave me specific instructions before I left the Gamma Quadrant. I accept that may have been many years ago. Nevertheless, mere time cannot countermand the commands of the gods. We are attempting to contact the Dominion in the Gamma Quadrant. As of yet, we have been unsuccessful. Until I speak to a Founder and receive new orders, we will remain here. Deep Space Nine belongs to the Dominion.
Return to Commander Messi Hackaby. Oh, she's hailing me. Of Bajor, thank you for all of your assistance. Now that we know more about the current situation on Deep Space Nine, we can decide how best to take a tactical advantage. There is only one end to this scenario, Admiral. We retake Deep Space Nine. There is no other acceptable alternative. And of Bajor has just completed. And I get the Jem'Hadar armor to go with my Jem'Hadar weapon. But since we were just wrapping up that episode in this video, we can now go straight on to the next episode.
Karo Khan's ships are guarding the wormhole, so access is limited. A small craft like a shuttle or fighter might be able to slip through the blockade, so leave your starship here at Bajor. Commander Samuel Winters is here, and he's one of the best shuttle pilots I know. I recommend you bring him along. The war is over, but Loris and Karu Khan won't believe it unless they hear it from someone they trust.
Half of the dialogue there was missing. Oh, and we start to get the Jem'Hadar space set now. Although you'd have to play this episode twice to get the space, to start getting the space set. I hate that. I hate it when they put an entire set or two pieces of the same set on an episode, because it means you'd have to play them twice, and you don't want to do that. I mean, you play them once on each character, that's enough, isn't it? You don't want to have to play them 2 or 3 times per character. I think they should spread the sets out a bit more. Anyway, I'm just going to check with a character over here just to see if those other missions are available now that maintenance has gone by, because I believe some of these missions are time sensitive.
Do you need something?
No, there's no more available. I thought you could do them every 20 hours or something. Access the hidden data cache on... No, that's not it. Operation Gamma should be our primary, since that's the next episode in the Cardassian story arc. Operation Gamma, the 3rd to the last episode. Make it primary. And also, while I'm at it, got some complete Admiralty and some complete duty officer assignments. I don't know if it's true, but the longer duration assignments may offer more reward rather than those silly little 30-minute ones, but might as well do them since they're the only ones available at this location. Got to go to the Deep Space Nine shuttle system, but we've got to do it in a shuttle, apparently. A small craft, so we go over to this guy here. Let's have a look at ship and shuttle requisitions. Not that I'm going to be able to get one. A Yellowstone runabout is available. I think I've already got one though. Captain Shot. A tiny little shuttle. Or an original series shuttle. I think we can go for the captain's yacht. You got the tick-tock and the top tick and the needle. I think since I'm an agent of yesterday, I'm actually going to go for the agent of yesterday style shuttle, the old series style shuttle. But I've got to build it first. So, ready shuttle. Now, let's put on our gear. Well, it might be better to do that in space. So it's beam up. Goodbye, Happen. And I thought we were on our shuttle. It's depart system. No, actually, we'll build it here. We'll visit the bridge. No, it took a moment to load the bridge for the first time. I readied the shuttle, but the shuttle didn't ready itself. I think I might have to go to the transporter room or something to ready it. Come on, patching. That's a lot of patching. I know this maintenance, this unscheduled maintenance, was something to do with the new Galaxy class bridge that just came out in game. Apparently people were getting it by default instead of purchase. And they had to correct that. Oh, I like the floor on this ship. I never noticed it shiny like that before. Almost marble. Anyway, I believe the transporter bay would be down on the engineering deck. Yep, there it is. Select small craft. Needle. Yes, I've selected my small craft. Now, how do I use it? I mean, I was sure I readied it. Interact. That is strange. Still, I can build it without actually being on board it. So, we need to choose a deflector. Well, the only decent stuff I've got. Not really decent stuff, but the only stuff I've got that's worth using. Oh, I've got a bit of warp core, haven't I? Yeah. Looks like. It's not letting me load the deflector. Maybe I have to take them off in order to load them. But then I won't be able to go to Deep Space Nine without these. But I'll build the loadout now. Now, since this hasn't got an aft weapon, it might as well be a forward-firing boat, which means either cannons or beam banks. And I'm thinking beam banks for this particular mission. And since I've got 2 Romulan ones, I may as well use them. I wouldn't mind using Tetrion, but I've got 2 big Tetrion cannons, but I don't usually get to use beam banks, so why not? Maybe a torp would be nice, but no. I don't understand why this ship isn't readied. I'm going to beam back down to Bajor just to see if I can ready it again. Because it won't ready from on board my bridge. From on board my ship. So I'll run to that Bajor guy again. And see if I can ready the shuttle. Select your ship, shuttlecraft, and it is ready. Now this is really odd. I want to be in my shuttle before I leave this system. Ah, here we go, switch. That's how you do it. Why did I forget that? It's such a simple thing. There we go. We're in our little shuttle now. The USS Needle. Well, the ship is stitched in time, so it makes sense that the shuttle would be called Needle. Look at that, half the loadout forgotten. Give it a moment, it takes about a minute. That's because I'm in the shuttle, so I was bound to forget the ship's loadout. Yeah, this is the shuttle's toolbar, not the ship's toolbar, because I've got the shuttle active as primary at the moment. Now that's a phaser thing. That would be no good with these Romulan plasmas. It's always good to have armour on a shuttle. I don't know why that's there. Maximum shield capacity. Let's move that off for now. And let's move them off for now. There's no better shield or core engine or deflector to get yet. And I didn't check my temporal device to see if there was an off-Bajor probe. No, there wasn't, but there is in Operation Gamma. So we didn't miss a probe this time. nice. We got a plasma boost. I didn't realise we had that. That's why it's wise to save some of this stuff. I could go with plasma cannons, but that would mean rapid fire or scatter volley, and I don't usually get to use beam arrays, so beam banks, so I thought I'd try them. Now, what would be best for shielding, because that's what science is for, shields and exotics. Tactical is just for boosting weapons. Shield drain and energy drain, that would be in there. 93, that would put it up a bit. Shield regeneration rate, exotic damage, shield healing, maximum shield capacity might be the one to go for. Or control resistance. I think shield capacity would be best. Out of the gear I've got, instead of drain. That gives better shield capacity than that does. Where was it? There it is. So 15% shield capacity. So that means these numbers. Let's take it up for a moment, see what it is without. 2000 with, that's another 300. Engineering is for hull. Well, there's some good resistances. But then there's these things that are all resistance. Plus 15 all damage resistance, or plus 20 specific resistances. What do the Dominion use? They use Polaron. And there's Polaron's not listed there out of those resistances. So I should just go with all damage. Puts my Polaron resistance up to 22. I think that's going to be the best we can do for a shuttle. And we give it a cloak. And we're not using cannons and torpedoes on this now, so we can get rid of that and go with beam training. We're not using the torpedoes, so we can get rid of that. Must remember to put them back afterwards. Question is, what do we replace the missing one with? Well, we've got accurate, no need for that with beams. Astrophysicist, that would help with exotics. Techie increases hull restoration and regen. Bulkhead technician, maximum hit points, that might be the one to go with. Fleet coordinates only for teams. Impact specialist, opposing presence, we don't want either of them, or more resists. Phaser, plasma resist, anti-proton Polaron. We could put on this one, particle defense specialist, for extra Polaron resistance. Or we could go for more maximum shield hit points. but I'm thinking Polaron Resistance. But then again, there are those in this episode, if I remember rightly, you go to the game equipment, there's little robot things that attack you, and I don't know whether they use Polaron. Maybe they use anti-proton. So we're going to go with that for now. Extra Polaron resistance, which puts my Polaron resistance up to 28, from 22 to 28. Which is even better, which is good. And now stations. Small craft. Tactical team to keep my good shields facing the enemy. I'm thinking change that to an engineer. No, that's a scientist. I said engineer. It misloaded it. And I don't need emergency power to weapons in a shuttle. Engineering team would be better for hull heal. But since he doesn't have engineering because he's not trained in it, I've got two officers that are Scavrin, or I can't pronounce that name, but let's look at them. Which one is what quality? That's a blue quality. That's a green quality. So we're going with the blue quality one. Not that it makes no difference because neither of them have got space traits. But we need engineering team. And Scavrin was the blue one. There. I'm not going with fire wheel or emergency powder weapons or anything like that. Now, got to place these things properly. And I'll start again as I usually do. Just check if anything's unloaded automatically. The shield thingies have. Right, attack pattern alpha, that's always important. Brace for impact. Engineering team. Basic maneuvers. Fire on my mark. When did I get that one? Fire on my mark is equivalent to EPS transfer, so that would go there. I wouldn't advise you copying what I'm doing here. I'm just placing my tools where I'm accustomed to having them, and I acquaint some tools with other tools so I know where to position. Like if I want on my engineer, just go over here automatically to hit EPS. But since fire mark is equivalent to it, I'll go over here automatically to hit fire mark. Different tool, but it's just putting them in the positions where I'm used to them. 3 or 4 main tools for each department in recognizable places. Tactical initiative, like maybe on inversion. Okay, so that's those ones. We haven't got access to much on a shuttle. I can launch a shuttle pet on a shuttle. I'm wondering, is engineering team really the best tool to go with? Hull restoration. That's what engineering team does. And is it really the best tool to go with? Because I can't help but think I'm forgetting a better one. I don't need emergency power 2 to weapons. Polarized shields can't go onto here, onto the first tier 1 station. So it would be a choice between engineering tactical science team or fire at will, rapid fire, chemosite. No, I haven't got chemosite on this character. Fire at will, rapid fire. No, you wouldn't get rapid fire at an ensign level station. So I think engineering team is the best we can do. Unless we do emergency power 2 shields. But I think that might be a better one actually, emergency power 2 shields, but we don't have an officer that has it. So let's stick with the whole heal. Yeah, emergency power 2 shields might be a better one to have here. Okay, set them to and I think I put them on wrong. Yeah, I think we've got that right now. So now we set the power levels. Well, we're going to want a lot of weapon power, so we lock that in place. We don't need auxiliary on this build, and I don't suppose we need engines either. We're going to need shields more than engines on a shuttle. So it's a slow ship with no exotics, but okay, shielding and weaponry. So now we go to loadout and save. Must remember I've got a nice cloak here, but I can't use it that often because it's not a proper cloak. And I just realised I auto set up my weapons wrong. because this one should be clicked first since it's Mark 12, whereas this is only a Mark 11. So click that one first and then that one. Because I want the Mark 12 to power up first. Whatever power is left over can go to the Mark 11. Just wait for a moment. Okay. I think we got it. Just have a look at the stats. 18,000 hull, 220 regeneration, 3,000 shielding capacity. Good polar on resist for this mission. Mission specific resist. If it was the Bolt, I'd put on plasma resist, I suppose. Plasma weapon is boosted. For a shuttle, that's not bad. Stats there for a shuttle which don't have appropriate consoles. Lots of inertia. And over 1,000 DPS from both. Well, from let's just say 1,000 DPS between them each. Sorry, not DPS, damage. But I suppose that's about the best we can do. Now, as I said, I can launch a shuttle pet. Well, I thought I could, but I don't see it. I thought I could launch a pet, from this shuttle. Obviously not. But it feels alright to fly. So let's go out into sector space and head to Deep Space Nine for Operation Gamma. I wonder if the pet can launch in sector space. Doesn't look like you can launch a shuttle pet from a shuttle. No, but New Endeavour's up. Complete Romulan space patrols. That won't be hard for many people. I'll do that on my main later. That just means do Kreia system. Okay, begin Operation Gamma. Gotta hurry up. Probably gonna patch it all like crazy again. I don't know what's up with my microphone, but it seems to be maxing out all the time, no matter how quietly I speak or how I change the volume settings. Captain, the only way we can enter the wormhole without setting off Deep Space Nine's defenses is to disable the station's sensor clusters. If we do that, we'll blind ops. If someone's looking out a window, they'll see the wormhole open, but we'll be long gone before they have a chance to scramble ships to stop us. But to disable the station's sensor clusters, first we have to find a way around the Jem'Hadar ships patrolling near them. Captain Kurland is ready to use the fleet as a diversion. On our signal, they'll move in and engage the Jem'Hadar ships. That will give us a chance to get to Deep Space Nine, disable the sensor clusters and escape through the wormhole. The fleet is ready to move on your signal, sir. Well, I would like to see the blooming map before I set it in motion. And there's some scannables, so that'll be the first thing we do. Get those scannables out of our way so we don't accidentally click on them during battle. Curlin's there. Well, he's supposed to be. I don't see him, even though he just walked in. We visited Deep Space Nine while the Jupiter occupied it, and they didn't seem to be there when I went to the bank. Now the other scannable over there. Excuse me. There we go. Had to get ahead in this game. And I want to destroy the clusters. Start with Alpha. I'd like to be able to zoom about halfway between these 2 points, but you can't. Alpha. Now, where's the next one? Can't control a shuttle if you can't zoom in. You don't want to zoom in too much. Where are you? Tab key important. Disable clusters. Which cluster now? Get that drone out of there. Come on, turn. Turn. Should have put on omnis. Omni's a much better choice for shuttles, I suppose. I didn't think of that. I believe this is the first Polaron damage my character has ever tried in space. Sorry, the first plasma damage. trying to aim at him, but it wouldn't let me. Where is he? Damn it! I couldn't even see him. Shuttle battle needs much improvement in this game. I like it, but it needs much improvement. Come on, move! Looks like we're starting again. Always targets the one behind me, never the one I wanted to target. Come on, turn, you mother. That's beta. Gamma. And fire then. Accuracy much to be desired. Come on, move. Okay, when that happens. Come on, fire! Now for the next one. I don't think anyone really likes this mission. And one more. Come on, let's get it quick, quick, quick. Any more? Let's concentrate on the repair things first. There, we've got it. We've been spotted, Captain. Jim'Hadar attack ship on the way. And now look at my hull.
Jim'Hadar ship is on an intercept, sir. Shields and weapons are at full, Captain. Ready to engage.
Have they got a weak spot, and does that weak spot work in this game? Odo noted. Was given a note. Was told about a weak spot on a Jim'Hadar ship. And that was too soon. What's happened to my frame rate? What happened to my frame rate just then? Oh, we didn't die. We died facing other things, but not that. Use wormhole. Great job, sir. Communications coming in from the fleet. Sir, they're preparing to break off and warp to safety. We should enter the wormhole as soon as possible. Okay.
Setting a course for the wormhole now.
Yes. I should have remembered omnidirectionals always when you're on a shuttle.
We'll be halfway to the Gamma Quadrant before the Jim'Hadar know what happened. Wow, that's some view. This is my first trip into the wormhole. Thanks for letting me tag along. Captain Curlin says there's a traitor in the Idrin system who knows how to contact the Dominion. She's probably our best chance for finding them quickly. But Curlin says Farek's help won't come cheap. We need to be ready to negotiate with her. When we're out of the wormhole, we should start searching for Farek's vessel.
Well, we're almost there. Come on. Patching, endless patching. Our intel said that Farek's ship would be here, but there's nothing on scanners. Don't you mean sensors? However, someone has dropped a nav marker in this area. I suggest we set course for it and do a scan of all nearby systems. Continue. Now, I wonder, will it let me switch to an Omni if I've got any, that is. Well, we've got one Omni, but it's not really worth switching to. I could go turrets. In fact, I think I'm gonna. Plasma energy weapon. I think I'm gonna go turrets instead. Because they're 360 degree. And that means a trait changeover back to what we had before. And we can't! Bloody hell! It lets you change your weapons, but it don't let you change the traits. And look at that, the damage is nowhere near as much. I always said traits should be part of a loadout because you're changing them for each and every ship build. So they should be part of your build loadout. I could whine all day about that. I'm going to have to go with the plasma beam banks now, whether I like it or not. There's a scannable there. It is bad that traits aren't part of your loadout. That is a bad oversight in this game. I'm surprised it isn't a priority to be fixed either, because it's an important part of the game.
I'm picking up a ship on long-range sensors, Captain. The configuration matches Far East ship, sir, but I'm detecting damage to several systems. There's no response to a hail, sir, but her communications array might be damaged. Setting a course to the ship's coordinates now.
Who the hell is this guy? I don't think it's been made clear enough who this guy is. Varric's ship is inside the large asteroid, Captain, but the entrance is shielded. We need to destroy the shield generator and then enter the asteroid. Neverwise. Sensors show that this area is teeming with a life form that I've never seen before, sir. That may be why Varric has sealed herself inside the asteroid. The Cosmozoans are hostile, and I think they could be dangerous to a ship of this size. However, they're not actively hunting. If we try to keep a safe distance, perhaps they won't bother us. I think I am going to put on the turrets for those little creatures. I may not be able to change my traits, but I'm not going to switch back here. This is a cheat. Will it work? No. I just thought I'd try it. Yeah, I think I am going to put the turrets on. They may not be as strong, but at least they've got 360-degree coverage. They may not be strong since I can't change my traits, but 360-degree coverage is what we need. See, they're not strong. Not going to waste my buffs on this. My attack pan alpha. There goes the force field. I was thinking of something just now, but it's gone out of my head. There's a temporal probe around here somewhere. I must remember that. They need to make a midway point between this zoom and that zoom. Because this one is close up, it's nice, but you can't see anything. It's in the way for battle. Whereas this zoom, you can't see which way you're going.
I can hear
Because it's too far away.
You want it? I've
Whoops,
got
I forgot to read that.
it. You want it? I've got it. That's me, the best trader with the biggest deals in the sector. I have Utterberry futures, cultural artifacts from 100 different worlds, alpha current nectar, disruptor rifles, and the best salvage this side of the galactic barrier. Or maybe you're interested in something else. Need a guide to the Gamma Quadrant? How about someone who can take you to the hidden markets, or get you into the Dosi system unnoticed? If you have the Latinum, I have what you need.
Sound like a recording.
Time is money.
What happened to your ship?
Oh, that? Nothing really. Nothing you need to be concerned about. You just can't make some customers happy. Time is money.
Why are you in the Gamma Quadrant?
Profit. While it's easier for women to run their own businesses now on Ferenginar, there's still a lot of prejudice. And I'm not about to stay home naked chewing tube grubs. I was a dealer of assorted and sundry merchandise in the bullion sector till there was a slight problem with my business partners. Through absolutely no fault of my own, my business license from the FCA was temporarily revoked. Until I can get the paperwork straightened out, I decided to set up shop out here.
God, you Ferungis really annoy me.
It's great out here. There's hardly any competition and deals to be made everywhere. The body aren't any trouble once you learn the rules of that crazy game. The Dosey are too scared of the Karema to be a real challenge, and everyone else is either running from the Dominion or part of it. Time is money.
I need to know where to find the Dominion.
Well, now, that's an interesting question. I know where to find the Dominion, of course. I can even get you in touch with a Vorta who has a direct line to the founders. He's a close personal friend as well as a valued client. In fact, I always keep a case of Covenant Crunch on board just for him. However, the location of one of my best customers is not information I share for free. And no offense, friend, but you don't look like you can afford what I would charge. Time is money.
I just had a thought. What would a Vulcan Ferengi hybrid look like? A very logical, pointy-eared businessman? Pointy-lobed businessman? Big pointy lobes. What would you want for the Dominion information?
I'll give it to you straight. Intel about the Dominion is hard to acquire, and therefore extremely valuable. You don't have a cargo hold big enough for all the latinum I'd want in exchange for the data, but I'm willing to consider an alternative method of payment. You see that planetoid over there? I have a limited amount of time to collect everything valuable from it that I can. And as you can see, my ship could use some repairs. While my crew and I work on fixing this baby up, I could use some help with the salvage. So, here's the deal. You get me something I can turn a profit with, and I'll tell you where you can find the Dominion.
Okay. Farrak wants us to deactivate several automated defense satellites around the planet. To do so, we need to scan each satellite to determine the best way to deactivate them safely. I have analyzed the types of devices we are likely to encounter and created a tactical scan analysis that should help us during the deactivation process. You need only complete one career objective to advance, of course. Captain, there are 3 types of problems we are most likely to encounter on the defense satellites. Active satellites use a quantum scan and then remove ionic power. Active satellites use a quantum scan, then remove ionic power core. Active sensors remove ionic power core and deactivate sensor batteries. Active enemy detection deactivate sensor batteries and then use magnetic wave pulse. Each problem will have 2 phases and we must complete them in time or defense countermeasures will activate. Also, if we solve a problem incorrectly, defense countermeasures will activate. Continue. There's supposed to be a probe around here somewhere, but I haven't seen it. crusty butthole. So, what do we got here? We got a defense satellite. Deactivate satellite. Active. Quantum and ionic. Quantum scan. What happened there? Did I just do something wrong?
Can't you move any faster? My repairs are almost done, but my cargo hold is empty.
I refuse to get the bums rushed by any writer. I'll move at my own pace. That's an engineering objective there. That's a science objective. That's engineering objective. Here we are with a tactical. Deactivate satellite. Enemy detection. Deactivate sensor batteries and magnetic wave. Magnetic wave. Done. That's how you do it. I think we've already been through here, haven't we? Oh, there's one here. Enemy detection, that's battery and magnetic wave pulse. probably over here somewhere. Can you get a rope on? No. I will take my time. Active sensors requires ionic and batteries. Batteries. Good, done. Now for the one more. Engineering. Science. Just what we already did this one. But I think they respawn, don't they, if you haven't, if you fail to do one. Enemy detection, I think that was battery and magnetic. Done. Accolade complete. Satellite technician. Captain, we're receiving a hail from Ferric. She says she has what she needs and that we should get our tails back to her ship before she loses any more profit. That's a good question, though. How do we get back there? Ah, screw it. Let her lose as much profit as we want her to. Picking up chronal distortion. That means the probe's around here somewhere. There it is. The Ferengi can lose a damn profit. Unlock temporal probe. Winter whip Polon. Whip. Beer juice alchemy. Juice. Relieve alchemy cupboard. Alchemy. I found a message from Ferric. Apparently she found a gamma quadrant comm array and used it to send data to this probe. She was trying to follow up on the Florgons and wound up having to hide from the Jem'Hadar. There's also a litany of complaints about fees, damages and hazard pay. The array of colourful Ferengi epitaphs directed at the Nakor is particularly enlightening. Erase everything but the cursing. Why should we deprive the Nakul of such a delight? Enemy operative is responding to our tampering. Really? Where? I don't see the enemy operative. What enemy operative? Can't find this Nakul shuttle, I would suppose it is. Rendezvous with Ferret. I'm sure the operative, if they're responding, they'll find us. Question is, it's the asteroid with the funny things on the front, the little rocks. But what's down here? I seem to recall there's some cargo around here somewhere. There it is.
Warning, ship is under attack. Rear shield failing.
Ferret's in here somewhere.
You want it? I've got it.
I have what you asked for.
That's great. Nice doing business with you. I'll just verify the transport and then I'll contact my friend, the very important Vorta. I'm sure that he'll be able to help you with whatever you need. Quick! Cut the comm! Jump to warp! What do you mean we don't have warp drive yet? Get it going! Now! Wait, can they still hear me? You know the funny thing about resonance pulses? They drive the swarmers crazy.
That's very funny. I'm laughing my ass off. Captain, Ferret's vessel emitted a resonance pulse before she warped away. It's enraged the swarmers. We won't be able to engage with pensions until we take care of them. Okay, I'll take care of them. I'll stroke them and cuddle them and make them all feel better, so they're not so enraged. The call operative was responding. I don't seem to notice any call operative anywhere. Yeah, these things have no hit points by lots of things. tab key important. I have a lock on our warp signature, Captain. Ferric's ship is still damaged, sir, and her maximum speed is warp 3. We should be able to catch up. Not yet. Kill some swarmers first. Just in case we find an core operative that's responding. Hang on. Besides, there's loot and farm. Zoom out so you can target what's on the screen. So all it gives is lockboxes these days. It's more than 50% of the drops are lockboxes these days. Screw it. Follow Ferric's ship. Don't need any more lockboxes, Mother can never open them on this character. Ferric didn't lie about knowing how to find the Dominion, sir. Her ship is surrounded by Jem'Hadar. I wouldn't say they're on good terms, though. Ferric's ship is damaged again. If they've detected us, they're not making any hostile moves in our direction. Recommend we approach and see if we can talk. Let me just check my temporal probe. So if there wasn't a cooperative, we didn't find them and didn't need to. There we go. Terran marks. Anyway, let's approach. Says probe found anyway here.
Ferric's ship has life support and engines, sir, but that's about it. Shields are failing, and she only has limited weapons. The lead Jem'Hadar vessel is hailing us, sir. Putting it on screen now.
Blow him
so
out
the
of the
representatives
stars.
of the Alpha Quadrant finally make their way to seek aid from the Dominion. We have been expecting you. According to our information, you're having a slight occupation problem on Deep Space Nine.
It's not as dark as it used to
I
be.
might be able to assist you with that problem.
this
If you
cutscene.
have come here in friendship, and as we all know, friends help one another, you can start by destroying this nuisance and her ship. She has intruded into the Gamma Quadrant without permission and is conducting unauthorized salvage operations in our space. The penalty for this is clear. By all rights, we should execute you as well. But I am willing to overlook your involvement this time. So, as the Ferengi would say, do we have a deal?
No, I'm not going to kill her. I want the accolade for not killing her. I'll get the accolade for killing her another time.
We are still friends. I'm in a bit of a spot here. Got any help for your old pal, Ferric? Hey, friend. Look, I found the Dominion for you. You have to help me. They're crazy. Okay, I'll go back to the Alpha Quadrant. I'll refund their latinum. I'll even give them what's left of my cargo holds. Just don't let them kill me. And that resonance pulse. Funny, huh? I knew those little suckers couldn't really hurt you. If you let me go, I know Iran won't hunt me down again. He's got too many other problems to worry about a small-timer like me. Just, please, let me go.
Go while you still can, Ferric.
You come seeking my aid, and then refuse a simple request? This is not an auspicious start. Nevertheless, you have something I want, and I have something you need. The only logical conclusion is cooperation. I will return to the Alpha Quadrant with you, and render whatever assistance I can. There is a price, though. For more than 30 years, Starfleet has held one of the Founders as a prisoner of war. Imagine the hubris it takes to contain a god. The arrogance. When the Founder is returned to me, you will have the Dominion's complete cooperation, and my guarantee that Karukan and his fleet will not trouble Deep Space Nine again.
Oh, isn't that goddamn wonderful? Kind-hearted, that's the accolade for not killing her. Leave Gamma Quadrant. Tune. And here we are, back where we belong at last. Now we have to report to Commander Messi Ackerby, and she reports to us. Because we're the Admiral. She's the Commander. Congratulations on a successful mission, Admiral. Starfleet Intelligence is speaking to Aaron now. He's being quite cooperative for a Volta, and I'm confident that he will be able to come to an agreement that is best for everyone. You must have Deep Space Nine back. We must have Deep Space Nine back. We would like to retake the station without additional bloodshed. Aaron may be our only hope of doing that. So, which piece of Jem'Hadar tech do I want? I'll get the engines first. Not that I'm going to use it right now. How much do you want to bet she's going to hail me for the next episode that I'm not going to do in this video?
The Federation Council has authorized the release of the Founder from the detention facility where she is currently being held. I need someone who Aaron and the Founder will respect to complete the transfer. You're the best candidate for the task. I don't expect any problems, but I didn't expect Jem'Hadar from the past to crash the board conference either. So take my recommendations with a grain of salt. The important thing is the safety of Aaron and the Founder. We need their help if we want to end this standoff without more bloodshed.
Duty Officer Acquisition, Dominion Cadre. Then I can either get Jem'Hadar Shield to complete my ground set, or I could have a Jem'Hadar Officer, which it would be, a Bridge Officer. I'd rather have complete the ground set, but that is a good officer, I know that much. Anyway, that's all the episodes we're going to play in this video. I'll just get rid, no, I'll keep that actually, since this current one came in handy. And I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping tasks before I end out the video, so that I'm ready for the next episode when it comes, when we decide when the next video comes. So, approach Deep Space Nine, go to the bank, the shipyard and the bank. So first the shipyard, which is this way, the one with the steps by the door. Here we are. Up the steps. Go to my ship selections officer. My starship is the ready one, of course. Now we've got to determine, can we put some of this stuff onto these ships? Get it out of the way. Well, okay, that's that stuff all out the way. Well, as much of it as I can fit on my ships at least. Oops, wrong button. Nothing else to claim. So now it's the bank. Always feels like a foot race when you're running the same course as someone else. It's not, but it always feels like it is. I've got no space in my bank for anything. Nope, no space for those plans. But they can just go there. Yeah, put some of this better quality stuff into the bank where it's safe for now. Oh, I don't know, this is a complete mess, but everything seems okay for now. Got some completed assignments. More turret plans. Requires latinum. Well, I don't want to give up latinum. Oh, you get the latinum back from that one. Okay. R&D's good. Admiralty, shall we do a couple more? Nah, I think we'll leave it, because this might put Federation to level 2. So we check reputation. And I forgot to put the marks on, didn't I? Just check if the dailies are there. Which they're not. So it's just a matter of filling up the hourlies for now. Without the marks. Though we do have the new Cairo marks, so I think it might be quicker to start forgetting to do the hourlies now and just do the dailies. Might be more efficient. Because the hourlies just eat up your marks, and unless you've got loads, you're not really going to get far with them. It's not going to get us to tier 3 anytime soon, is it? 32,000. So 2 of these. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at that for now. The only thing that makes the AOYs worth doing really is the boxes you get. Yeah, I think I'll leave them for now. There won't be much more done on Reputation except for the dailies for Nukara and Terran. But they'll be done the next time I come onto the video, I think. Next video I make. So everything's ready for the next episode, so if I beam to space, I can head over there, but I won't be playing it now. I'm too tired. And this video is almost 2 hours long now. We'll just make sure it's primary. And head over there. I believe it's in the alpha quadrant, in the beta quadrant, not the alpha quadrant. Yep, so we've got to go to the beta quadrant. Do we have any skill points or specialization points? Not yet. Still got to fill up the bar. What comes after Cardassian struggle? Oh, we'll have one of them to play. So I think I'll do these episodes next time I'll do a video. Okay, we're approaching Alpha Beta Quadrant. That's where we need to be for the next episode. Well, my reputation is going to be put on hold now, I suppose, until my various reputations are going to be put on hold now until I finish up some more episodes. But at least I made a significant dent in them before I get to the point where I can actually play queues. And I said to myself I wouldn't be playing queues until after all the episodes are done. And when I'm ready to play my first queue on that day, I might splash out for a space loadout. Maybe even a ground one. But not real money splash out, sort of game money splash out instead. So this character can remain free to play. Anyway, this is video 30 of my Agent of Yesterday leveling. Finished. Operation Camera done. Thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, share, like, and all that stuff. I know it's not perfect, but I don't claim to be a professional at this. I'm just messing about. Waltz and all video play. Thanks anyway. Bye.